for me is the performance. I really love to just go out there and just like perform and have people watch me. That's what I love about it.
When we accomplish something, you don't feel like you're accomplishing it alone. It's, you know, you accomplish it with your team.
And the sport, you never can be perfect, so it's awesome trying to just, you know, go for that every single day.
The first day I arrived with a choreography in mind. I had everything in my head already, and then the first day I put the music, they were like yelling, like, "Wah, we love it!" No, like they were super motivated. It's not the same. You put classical music to these girls, okay, they will try to make it, but it's a music that they love, so they will vibrate when they swim it. You know, you can feel the excitement of everything. We're changing their minds. We're making them look 20 years old instead of 16 because, okay, I make you strong. You're not a little girl anymore. You're a powerful woman. Empower yourself.
National team, we train an average of 6 to 7 hours, and we train 6 days a week, so we only have 1 day off. It's pretty intense, but then again, the athletes leave everything. They either go to night school or they do online school. They move from all over the country to be right in California, where they have to just do training full time, and then everything else is kind of their other lives. So yeah, it's intense, but this is what they choose to do for full time to make it to the Olympics.
The real dynamic that I think that we're going to headline a whole bunch as we head into the World Championships, the Open and Pan Am Games is that this team, specifically the athletes, are the youngest athletes that likely will compete at the Pan Am Games and at World Championships, really with an average age of about 17 years old. That's young for Synchro and really young for the mass amount of sports that will be at both of those events.
And of course the age is not easy for us because we have a lack of experience, but also because of the age we have much more energy and motivation, creativity. I think it's a generation thing that our age people is much more innovative, creative, and this is what this sport needs.
Always have things to keep working on. Obviously it's synchronized swimming, we have to be synchronized and do all the same moves together, but we have to do so many different cross trainings. So we do strength and conditioning on land, we have to do flexibility, things like ballet, gymnastics, speed swimming, like regular workouts. So there's just so many different things that go into our sport.
They utilize jump rope in such an interesting way because their athletes are all different sizes, but in the water they have to be the same size, right? They have to hold their bodies out of the water at the same level and maintain basically the same frequency, and they utilize the jump rope to help them all get on the same page. So we were just excited to learn more about that, get involved with them. They were excited to have us come out and train them, especially with our variety of jump rope products that they can now, train heavier and, faster, or, using just some of our different products. So really excited to work with these guys. The coaches are so progressive minded and they're really getting into the details of every aspect, how to make their team better, and we're excited to be a part of that.
Synchronizing 8 girls all together in one team is really difficult. It's not just you go and do your sport for 3 hours and then go home and have the rest of the day. It's a full-time job.
People who love music, people who love dance, the sport really speaks to these people. I always loved music, I always loved dance, I always loved eye contact, I love performances, So that drew me right into the sport, and I feel like a lot of people don't get into it that way, and so they just become athletes their whole life rather than become performers.
Definitely the sport is not made for the weak. You need to be strong mentally and physically, obviously, and emotionally. It's amazing.
This is the underwater speaker.
Okay.
And then you can hear even better than outside because you don't have the noise.
Okay.
You have only the music. So this is the one. You put it just like this. So that's all.
The thing that I love most about synchronized swimming is that I get to, express my creative mind, and I get to try new things every single day. And it's not like speed swimming where you're just swimming in a black line, you're looking at a black line going back and forth in a pool. You get to do different things and experience different things.
I love how athletically challenging it is, but also at the same time, like, we're presenting something, we're performing, we're entertainers. We can't wear goggles, so we have to open our eyes underwater, and we still have to look for the walls and also look for our teammates because we need to know where we are. So we learn how to count the music, and then we put all of our movements to different counts, and so that's how we synchronize when we're upside down and our legs are above water.
Our goal as a team is to qualify for the Olympics. Actually, we're working every single second of our lives to make it happen.
The biggest challenge right now for me as a coach is to get all athletes to be on the same sense of urgency, same mindset. We have doubts, we know we have challenges, but we're gonna make it no matter what. We're gonna get there, and we know what we need to work for, so everything else is distraction.
On our coaching staff, we have two incredible individuals who are Olympic caliber themselves, competing in 6 Olympic Games in total. That type of background is going to be what's going to help these girls prepare. These girls haven't ever been there, so now that they are getting there, these two are going to be able to share that experience, that big event feeling with them before that time comes.
There's a choice you have to make in everything you do. So keep in mind that in the end, the choice you make every day makes you. Make good choices today. Got it?